Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a super rapid-fire journey across the universe. We're talking everything from bizarre biological anomalies deep in our oceans to the silent extremes of deep space, all the way down to the hidden science sitting right inside your own kitchen. We've got 10 completely mind-blowing facts that are going to challenge exactly how you see the world around you. Let's get into it.
So let's kick things off with the weird and wonderful animal kingdom. I've got a question for you. Which animal out there actually has 3 hearts? I mean, it sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, right?
Well, if you guessed the octopus, you hit the nail right on the head. And this brilliantly illustrates how they divide up the heavy lifting. Instead of relying on just one heart, 2 of them pump blood directly to the gills, and the third one handles the rest of the body. But here is the truly wild part. When an octopus swims, that main third heart actually stops beating completely. It's basically a brilliant evolutionary energy-saving mode, which means swimming exhausts them super quickly. And that's exactly why I'll usually spot them just crawling along the ocean floor instead.
Now, from the complex plumbing of the octopus, let's talk about sheer, unimaginable scale. The blue whale. We all know it's the largest animal on Earth, but what's really interesting here is the size of its engine. We're not comparing the whole whale to a car. The heart of a blue whale alone is roughly the size of a small car. Just picture an organ of that massive magnitude, weighing hundreds of pounds, beating inside a living creature to pump blood through vessels so huge a human could literally swim through them. It's just incredible.
Now, let's flip to the complete opposite end of the size spectrum, because nature is just as surprising when it's tiny. We've all seen butterflies elegantly land on a flower, right? But the crucial point here is that when they do that, they're actually tasting it. Yep, butterflies taste their food using their feet. Their taste receptors are located entirely on their legs, so the absolute second they touch down on a petal, they're instantly figuring out if it's going to be a good meal.
Okay, so we've seen some pretty incredible biology. But what happens when we zoom out a bit? How does the raw, chaotic physical power of Earth compare to the deep, eerie mysteries of the cosmos?
Let's start with a chaotic force that happens right over our heads, lightning. Now, just seeing a flash in the sky really doesn't do justice to how violent it actually is. Get this, a bolt of lightning can reach 30,000 degrees Celsius. To put that staggering number into perspective, a lightning strike here on Earth is roughly 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. It's literally a localized, instantaneous burst of pure stellar-level heat just tearing through our atmosphere.
And speaking of extremes, let's talk about deserts. When I say the word desert, you're probably instantly picturing rolling sand dunes and scorching heat, right? But scientifically, a desert is defined strictly by a lack of precipitation, not by sand and not by temperature. So the crucial point is that because it receives virtually zero rainfall, the freezing, ice-covered continent of Antarctica is officially the largest desert in the entire world. It kind of completely redefines how we classify our own planet.
Let's move to our wider solar system and see how this builds into even wilder extremes. Take Jupiter, for instance. It is by far the most massive planet in our cosmic neighborhood, but it spins on its axis so incredibly fast that one full day there lasts only 10 hours. 10 hours! That is a dizzying, rapid pace for a gas giant of that size, and it whips up these ferocious winds and massive storms that last for literally centuries.
But once you leave the turbulent atmosphere of a planet like that and enter deep space, everything shifts. Space is a true vacuum, meaning there is absolutely no air. And without a physical medium like air for sound waves to travel through, sound just ceases to exist. I know sci-fi movies love those massive booming space explosions, but the eerie reality is that the universe outside our atmosphere is a place of absolute, unbreakable silence.
All right, we've traveled across the silent vacuum of space, so let's bring it right back down to Earth. Specifically, right into your kitchen, and actually into your own head. What scientific secrets are hiding in the stuff we consume every single day?
Let's start with something you've probably got in your pantry right this second: honey. Honey has this perfectly balanced chemical makeup that essentially means it never spoils. Ever. In fact, archaeologists excavating ancient Egyptian pyramids have actually found sealed jars of honey that are thousands of years old, and they're still perfectly safe and delicious to eat today. Talk about a timeless food.
And now for the ultimate botanical plot twist. We all think we know what a berry is, right? Well, according to strict scientific definitions, a banana is perfectly classified as a berry. Meanwhile, the strawberry, despite literally having the word berry right there in its name, is technically an aggregate accessory fruit. It is a hilarious example of how hardcore science can completely upend our everyday common sense.
To wrap up our factual journey today, let's just take a second to marvel at the ultimate supercomputer, the one you are using to process all this information right now. Your human brain consists of roughly 86 billion neurons, just constantly firing away to keep you conscious and learning. But here's the kicker. Despite being vastly more complex than our most advanced AI supercomputers, your brain manages to operate using only 20 watts of energy. That is less power than a dim light bulb. It's absolutely the most staggeringly efficient machine in the known universe. So from a 30,000-degree lightning bolt to the total silence of deep space, and from an octopus's 3 hearts to that incredibly efficient 20-watt supercomputer inside your own skull, the universe is just endlessly strange. We spend our lives surrounded by things that seem so perfectly ordinary until science pulls back the curtain. So tell us, which of these incredible facts blew your mind the most? Drop your favorite in the comments below and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing explainers. Catch you in the next one.